So today's little project is this Ford Focus, recently bought by a friend of ours, and it's leaking water in the back end of the boot. Pretty common problem apparently, so we're going to have a look at this and see what we can find out where the water's coming from. So I just took the boot liner out and you can see straight away there's a lot of water there, and that is soaking wet through there as well. So it's obviously coming in somewhere, either it's from the top here, which I think it may be, or apparently they have a problem with the vents at the back, so the bumper's got to come off, and we can look at these some vents. But we're going to have a look under the wheel, see what's under the wheel. So lift the wheel up. Oh right, okay, now you can see that is pretty wet there. That is soaking wet. Looks like these have not been disturbed for a long time, and this matting is soaking. Everything's soaking. The tyre has got like a mouldy stuff over it. Yeah, there's rust coming through. Oh, look at that, rust on that. That is really bad. So, let's strip all this down and have a look. Here we go. So, there's a couple of Torx screws holding this on. Take those off. We start. And there's another one just here on this panel. Now we take those off if we can. Fumbling too much. Okay, take those out. And once they're out, we can take this rubber strip, pull that away, and then we can pull this off. There we go, like that. Have a waggle, walk off. Pull this off. Just pull straight out like that. Have a waggle. That one's off. So we're safe. And take that as well. Pull out. Move that the way then. And you can see straight away there's water there. So it's dripping down up here somewhere. See that water? Soaking wet. And there's also water there as well. So it's obviously running down here, I think. So let's have this off. Then we need to remove this panel. So it's safe. Out the way. Maybe we can get this side cover off now. And that just pulls away. That's it. Put that somewhere safe. And then we can see a load of water here. Loads of water. Really soaking wet. Right, okay. So, oh, look at that. That is soaking. It's either condensation, which I doubt. It can't be condensation. It's got to be leaking. And that, oh, that's wet. Look at that. There's a pool. Get round to the side of that. See that? There's a pool of water there. Okay. Then we've got to move this little panel. There's a cover over this. Take the cover off, and then it's another Torx. Strip that off. That's come off. And there's a water there. It doesn't appear to be. Move that away. And so where is the water coming from? Where is it coming from? It's got to be leaking from there. Okay, it appears it's coming down here, and the only thing I think of is this joint here, which will clean up and reseal, or it's here where I've took this the rack strip off, and if there's a little leak down there, so I'm going to seal all that. So I'm going to take all this off completely, and I'm going to seal all the way down there with this black mastic adhesive sealer. That's all I can think. I can't, unless it's under there or it's under there, but it's definitely coming around about that sort of area, which is under there and running down this piece of headlining, and it's absolutely soaked. Really bad. And if you look outside, this panel, that's all soaking wet through. It's been leaking for a long time. Okay, so next stage, clean that up and reseal it. So I've scraped some of the old sealer off there, and it doesn't look very good actually. It's all cracked and it came off too easily. And then I've done the top as well, and that was exposed. So I'm hoping, and this is soaking wet, I'm hoping if we give it a bit more of a clean, degrease it and then seal it, we may have a problem solved. So let's carry on cleaning a bit more off. So I've just noticed this, that is not even tight on the sealer, and you can see it's soaking wet as well. That's just gently lifting it up, and there's loads of water there. So I'm gonna have to blow all that out and then degrease it before we put some sealer on. But that surely shouldn't be loose like that. No wonder the water's getting through. Now we can see there's actually a hole there, just there. Put a screwdriver through it, look, there's a hole. So as, make that a bit bigger, you see, an actual hole. See that there, hole? So that was only just touching over the hole, and obviously the sealer had come away because it's rubbish when it's stuck. And the water is pouring down that little hole there, coming inside here, running down there, you can't really see it very well, but running inside there, and then running down, all the way down here, and then down with the seat belt. And that is where the problem is. And it's been doing that for years, I imagine, years and years. It's just completely soaked everything. So, I think we found it. There's some more water there. And it's even going rusty. Some bits are going rusty in there as well. You can see. I think we're doing it. It's got to be that hole. So we're going to seal that up really well. Clean it a bit more. Make sure it's dry, and then completely seal it. So just about got rid of all the old adhesive sealer. So I'm going to use a bit of Scotch-Brite now, just to clean the surface areas up. So when we put the new adhesive sealer on, it'll make really good contact. So that's cleaned up quite good now. So look, yeah, you can see the hole now. So just clean inside that, and then we'll give it a blow with the air, and then we'll get the sealer out. Okay, right. So before we actually seal it, I'm just going to put this this degreaser, and you pour it down. You just pour it down there, and you can see that that's the lowest point where that hole is, and it just runs straight through. All it just runs straight through. Doesn't even overflow, just runs straight out. Again, see that? And then we should have coming through the base under here. And you can't see now because you need a dye, but I assume it has because it's still soaking wet. So that's where it's coming. It's coming through under there. It's a double skin, so you can't see it actually coming out through the hole. But that's where it's running through. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pour this through the top while I film it underneath and see if we can see it coming through. So I'm pouring now. It says, can't see. Here we go, it's running down there. And we'll see if it's running through. Is it coming through? Can't see. Poured a load through. Ah, you're down there. But yeah, there you go. You can see it running through now. And that's where it's running down. Back of that cable in there. And that then obviously runs through there, down there, all the way down. Pouring again. You see it now. And that's running all the way down there. Look at that. Okay, sorted it. So it's interesting to note that that is at the lowest point. I guess. Well, the same problem this side, so I'll do that as well, I think. Now it's dry, I'm going to get some sealer. And what I'm going to use to seal it is this product called Stick Oil Extreme Power. Got it from Tool Station, it's about £7, and apparently it will stick underwater as well. And it says it's one of the strongest bonding products you can get. Based on hybrid polymer technology, both bond and seal virtually everything to anything in virtually all conditions, even underwater or in the rain. So, hey, that should do it. Right, we're masked up all ready to go. It's nice and clean. I'm just going to lift this up again. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a load of sealer underneath, prise it up, and then let it rest down to completely squash it and cause a good seal. So that's the first little job then. So I've just took the other side, have a look at the other side, and you got exactly the same problem where there's a hole underneath there, and it's not even stuck. You can just see that it's another hole. That's really, it's a bad design to have a hole there, isn't it? So we're going to do the same this side as well. So there we go, all done. So it's not the prettiest job as you can see, but there's plenty of sealer on there. And I've also done the other side, which was exactly the same problem. And that's all nicely sealed. So it just remains now to fit it all back together. And I think that is the little problem fully cured. There we go. Well, it's all going back really nicely now. There's still a bit to do, and there's also lots of water here. I'm going to mop up that as well. Luckily the sun's out today, so we can get a bit of sun on it to help. But it is pretty soaking. Look at that moisture down there. Wow. It's, you can see that. Yeah, that's soaking wet as well. It's going to take some drying out, this car is. Really is. It's been leaking for years. Oh no, look at that. Oh, it's soaking. Years and years and years. Ah, no damage done though, I don't think. No damage done, just moisture. So we'll get it all back together, and but by the time the summer comes, it'll all dry out nice. So we're finished. All the panels are back in place. Everything's back in place. It's right. It's a bit wet still in there, so it really wants to park in the sun with the boot open to still dry it out. But no more water's going to come in. We've sealed both sides. It's just got to dry a little bit now. Luckily, it's not going to rain for a day or two, which is good. I think it's design fault. Sorry, from Ford to have a little hole just there and pops the lowest point on this back hatch, where once the sealant breaks away and cracks and ages, the water just pours straight in, both sides. So there's a load of sealer. I lifted it all up, a load of sealer packed in, and then squash it all back down, and then put some on top. And that's it. I think we've done it. I think everything's nice and clean now. It'll dry out, and it's a job well done. So there you go. If you have the same problem, check that first. Okay, until next time.